Misty. Whoops. I feel like a homeless person today. Oh, I want a nice filter. What filter should I choose? Oh, this looks horrible. Hi, guys. Oh, this is terrifying. No, how do I make it stop? No filter. Let's do that. Misty, come, baby. Come say hi to everyone. I've been wearing this sweater for like a week. Come, baby. Meow. Meow. She's giving me the dirtiest look. How's everyone doing? I'm like 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late to the live. Sorry, guys. Oh, baby. Come, baby. Come. Meow. 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 Just don't hit me. Come. Come sit. She has not been sleeping next to me the last 2 days, so it's been really weird. Like, usually she jumps in bed or has her little bed, like, right beside me. But, yeah. So natural, mashallah. Oh, thank you. What are you doing? I'm just in my room right now. The hubby's playing PlayStation. I'm gonna take a shower, clean up a little bit. Look at my hair, look at my face. Like, at least I straightened my hair yesterday. It was just a messy blob for like a few weeks, but eat, Netflix, sleep. Can I help you find a boyfriend? Can I help you find a boyfriend? You want to help me find a boyfriend? Haram, brother. What is this? تكلمي عربي? Are you in Canada? PlayStation, like always, men. Well, sometimes, like, when he's sleeping, I want to take it and just throw it off the balcony. But, yes, let's see the Q&A. How do I do the Q&A? Okay, let's start with this one. How's quarantine treating you? Where's your hijab, lady? Oh my god. If you're gonna ask about my hijab, get off my page. The house quarantine treating me. I'm going a little stir crazy sometimes. I shared, by the way, if you hear screaming in the background, ignore it. That's him on the PlayStation with his friends from Doha.
I don't care about the convert, man. I just hope I can kill him.
Yeah, can you guys hear him screaming? You deserve a beautiful boyfriend. Wow. Thank you. Madiha. Hi, Madiha. Corona. Salam. What's Corona? Say hi. Hi. I'm doing a live, and everyone can hear you screaming.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I got questions to answer. Do you want to come say hi? Look at him with his PlayStation gear.
Hi, guys.
Yalla, go. Let me do my live. Go. Close the door. Misty! Sorry, guys. Corona is the coronavirus. Yeah, I know. Okay, so how's quarantine treating you? Like I said, stir crazy. I just want to get out, and it brought back so many bad memories of when I was in isolation when fighting cancer. So, can you guys see the scar? Like, my skin is really bad right now, but that's the scar. And, yeah, it brought back so many bad memories of being in isolation and not knowing, am I gonna live? Am I gonna die? So me being in quarantine again, it's triggering that, and I didn't know I could even be triggered. So sometimes I have random panic attacks, and it's not just about coronavirus, it's just reliving the bad memory of being in isolation, like, am I gonna die? I'm gonna be okay. It's, yeah, so alhamdulillah, day by day. But yeah, let's see the next question. Next question. Are you in touch with... No, I'm not going to answer that. What do you think about this whole coronavirus? Oh my god, don't even ask me. I'm sitting there. And like me and my friends keep sending each other things back and forth, and there's so many conspiracy theories, but there's one which I believe could be the most true. Not the 5G, not any of that, but the way that the virus is attacking people is not like a virus or an illness. In fact, it's more like a nerve gas, which is used in chemical warfare, or nuclear warfare, or whatever it is. So the way that it fills up the lungs with liquid, the way that it spasms the muscles, the way that it keeps people feeling really weak and they need oxygen tanks or masks, it's exactly like the nerve gas. So I think that it's not really a virus, and I think that it has to do with something entirely different. And maybe it backfired, maybe, it got out of control, maybe it was an experiment, maybe it was something to see, let's target in a certain community, see how it works. Sorry guys, he's really loud. Really, really loud. That Jin thing really gets to me. Such weird people around the world. I know, right? You don't understand how many times people... I don't know why. It's old Punjabi women that always say the same thing. They think that I have a jinn inside of me because I'm not subservient and I question and I talk back. So they're like, you don't listen. There's waswas in your head. And I'm like, waswas? That means like whispering. You know how the shaitan whispers in your ear? They call that waswas. And I'm like, no, I'm just not gonna be your bitch, It has nothing to do with the jinn. So it's not the first time. So people emailing me telling me, oh, you're North African and you're more likely to have a jinn inside of you. That's just racism and inferiority complex or whatever. So there are some crazy people in the world out there. Like, crazy. There was someone in Lahore who kept trying to do ruqya on me. It wasn't ruqya because ruqya is Quran and Quran is Arabic and I'm Arabic. So it just kept happening. At first I sat there out of respect, like, oh, okay, they're gonna be doing this black magic voodoo shit on me. And I saw things legit appear out of thin air and waving eggs and stuff around my head, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what am I even looking at? Like, this is so haram. And like, it messed me up when I think about it, and when I remember what happened, like, I was shocked. And so the last time, instead of snapping or saying, stop or don't do this to me anymore, I actually thought about calling their bluff. I'm like, they think I have a jinn inside of me. Should I just start acting out the next time they start doing this voodoo shit? Like, I legit wanted to be like, and just creep them out. But yeah, people in Lahore have Desi Ruqya. Desi Ruqya is not real. Ruqya is Quran. There's no such thing as Desi Ruqya or Urdu Ruqya. They're speaking in tongues. Like, it's just messed up, yeah. Stuff that I saw. Let's not talk about that. How do you get over a guy you weren't with? I filmed this guy too, but he was an international student. Girl, you're gonna get over it. Like, a few years later, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that was so funny. I can't believe I thought I was in love with that guy. Like, this is jokes. Just time. Yeah. Young adult and teen years were very hormonal and very attached, and if you give it a few years and you're gonna laugh about it. Just don't stress on it too much. Oh, my voice is having issues. Can you guys hear me? Tell me, what was the last thing you guys heard? Volume lagging? I'm gonna wait till you guys hear it. I am reading the comments! Now it's good. Awesome! Yeah, so someone asked, how do you get over a guy that you weren't even with? And I said, you'll get over it. You will laugh about it looking back. And when do you think this will all be over? Few months at least. So let's look at China. China started their quarantine in January, and just last week, in March, they lifted the ban or the quarantine. So our governments are lying to us when they say it's 2 weeks only. We started quarantining last week in Canada. So I'm gonna say this is gonna go on till April, May, June. We're gonna be in quarantine until at least end of May. Is it legal for a man to marry his widow sister? What? The things you guys ask me. If it's like legal wise, I guess yes, you're allowed to, but morally, why would you want to? I find that very, I don't mean to offend anyone, but that's a very perverted kind of thinking. I mean, if my husband died and the only reason I would ever accept to marry any of his relatives is if there was like some crazy war and women are being kidnapped and raped, and it's like, okay, just for protection, as a last resort, I'll marry, his relative. But that's just disturbing. I would, yeah. It's legal, but is it right? I don't know, bro. How can I support my boyfriend? His brother has cancer in the back. Have messaged him but no reply. Oh, Hayati, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. The only thing you can do is just be there as a support, right? Let him know that you're there for him. Maybe he's having a hard time and trying to figure his emotions out, but he does need that space, because men are not like women. Women like to talk about their feelings, and men want to go into their man cave to sort out their feelings. So don't be hurt when he goes into his man cave. Just let him know that you're there for him until he comes out of it. And you can even maybe bring sweets or dinner or whatever to his house. Oh no, we're in quarantine now. Drop it off at his door, I guess, and with a note to say that you're there for him, and that's all that you can do. You hate her relatives, so you cannot answer this question. I don't hate anyone. People just hate me. Are you... Let's see. You asshole. This is from my friend. Sometimes. Like, what do you want me to say? No. How can I persuade my parents to get me a cat? See, if they're against animals and they say no cats at all, you can't really persuade them. You just have to get it and bring it home. So that's the train going by. Sorry guys, I kind of live downtown, so there's always a lot of noise here. But yeah, my friend found a cat outside and didn't tell her mom and bought the cat home, and they put it in the basement because the mom never goes in the basement. It's unfurnished, it's just for storage. And they didn't know that the cat was pregnant. So the cat gives birth after a few weeks or months. They thought it was just fat. And then all of a sudden there's baby cats meowing. The mom comes down and finds one cat, 5 kittens, and flips. But they're already there. Like, she's not gonna kick the cat out. So yeah, if you can't persuade your parents to get a cat, you can just get it, bring it home. They'll get mad for like a few weeks, but then they'll fall in love with it. I think parents hate me because I'm always telling kids to rebel and everything's gonna be fine. Honestly, sometimes that's the only way you can get things done. Another question. Are you afraid of the corona, or are you chill like me? I'm not really afraid of the coronavirus because statistically it's so much less than so many other contagious illnesses, and as a cancer survivor, the only thing that gets to me is the isolation or the quarantine, because I've been through it before with the uncertainty of death or not. And people's reactions scare me more than the virus itself, because the virus, it's luck, it's luck. You can get it, you might not get it, but people are the ones who are crazy, and it's just unbelievable seeing them how there's people actually going around coughing and licking bars and trying to spread the, it's like, oh, you know what, I got it, I'm gonna bring you all down with me. That's such a messed up mentality to have. So let me actually scroll up and go through your posts and questions. Do you paint your nails, or is it fake nails? I paint my nails. Look at it. It's peeling. Like, I've become homeless. The more I'm staying at home, the more I become homeless looking. Quarantine is very boring, but essential for us. Yes, for everyone who's watching, you think this is not a big deal. You know what? Let's say the theories are right, and it's are wrong, or whatever it is, and are right, and it's not contagious, and It's just people blowing it out of proportion or whatever it is. But we're not going to get out of this quarantine until everyone listens. So the more that we listen and just stay at home and curb the virus, then we'll be able to get out again. Because the more that people are outside, the more that it's being spread, the longer we're going to have to stay at home. So let's all, be in this together. Is corona less infectious in hot and humid climate? So they said that it has nothing to do with climate. Look at Karachi. It's hot. And there's, the virus is there. Like I said, I have a feeling this is not really like a virus like the flu at all. This seems more like the chemical or nerve gas symptoms. Did you say you survived cancer? Yes, I did. Stage 3 thyroid cancer. Not sure if you guys can see this. That's where they took my thyroid out from. It's my battle scar. Your Muslim shower is working? Yes, it's working. Why is the husband always playing games like a spoiled kid? Why are you so jealous? Why, does your wife beat you up and not let you have a good time? I feel sorry for you, mate. Like, what am I supposed to do? We have quarantine. Let the man chill with his friends. It's better than putting me at risk and going out, right? At least he cares about his wife. But the virus has been sequenced by multiple governments. I don't even know, man. See, this virus thing, there's so many things that don't make sense and make sense, and you don't know what's true, what's false. Like, all this time they've been saying that governments don't have money, but look at all the money that's coming out now. Nothing makes sense to me right now. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just leaving it. It's 100% virus without a doubt. Which game is your husband addicted to? I don't know. Call of Duty? The one where you can play with your friends abroad and the shooting and the guns and... How hard has it been marrying into a completely different culture? I've got stalkers and people who like to spread fake news, so I'm gonna stay quiet on that, but it has not been easy at all. It's okay, we can barely hear him. Yeah, he closed the door. Jin, Punjabi aunties are crazy. They are crazy. Never get involved in that kind of shit. I know, right? That whole Rukia black magic, Desi but magic shit is horrific. Like, to me, not even as a Muslim, as a human being, if you start doing juju on people with bad intentions, that crosses the line of humanity. Like, that's it. There's no going back from that. To me, you are evil. I heard the Jin thing for me. I talk way too much. I know, right? Okay, let's go. Scrolling through. So many things that I probably skipped over. There will probably be multiple waves. For the coronavirus, yeah, especially after the quarantine is over. I have a feeling there's going to be a second wave. You never know. Canada is in quarantine too. We're supposed to be in quarantine. Like, anyone who comes and travels from abroad is supposed to go home for 14 days, but there's no quarantine centers enforcing it, so people are still going around and spreading it. And we just closed the border with America this previous week. Trump wants to open the border again, and Trudeau's like, yeah, no way, we're not opening the border and putting Canadians' lives at risk. How hard was it marrying into a completely different culture? It wasn't hard at all, but after the marriage, it was like, what just happened? I think because I came being very polite, people thought that I would just accept anything, but then when I started seeing things that were like the juju being un-Islamic and stuff, and I would speak up about that or say or question a lot, they were like, yeah, this girl's disrespectful and questions a lot. This is our culture, you have to just accept it. But it wasn't the culture. I grew up in the Desi culture, and I think it was more racism. People around did not like me. Like you saw in the posts that I share, that's the kind of stuff that I'm always told. You must be possessed because you're North African. And I was just like, no, I'm just a feisty person, I guess. There's nothing wrong with being different, but apparently there is. If you're different, Punjabi aunties will make your life a living hell. Girl, you look amazing. Don't you age? Are you a vampire? Oh my god. It's having oily skin, that's what it is. Because I'm still breaking out at my age. Can you cook roti? Your favorite color? Pink. Black. What do you think of beauty standards? They are shit. Who made these standards? You know who made these standards? Rich old men who are sitting behind corporations making money. They're telling you you're ugly and you need to buy makeup. They're telling you you're fat, you need to get this waist trainer or whatever. They're telling you that you don't look good like this actress or this model or whatever it is, so you need to get plastic surgery. So, beauty standards are garbage. In some cultures, you have no other option but marrying your dead husband's brother. You got a Boston accent? Do I? Oh my god! I know no one. That's the first time anyone's ever told me that, but I love it. There's no change without rebellion. Viva la revolucion! Come here, Misty. Misty. She goes into my closet sometimes and just hides there and sleeps. Your accent is impressive. What kind of accent do I have? What do you think of Pakistani men? I've seen that when they go abroad, foreign ladies marry them. What's so special in Pakistani men? What do you say? I don't know. I mean, I married one, but that's because I grew up with the culture and the community, and I saw myself as Pakistani more than Arab. Like, I was a little black sheep, you know, in the Arab community that just ended up with a Desi culture. What's so special? I think maybe it's that saying of being tall, dark, and handsome. You know, some people prefer someone who's light-skinned, and then I think Pakistani guys or Desi guys, at the beginning they're very romantic and they do all that Bollywood stuff, and that's very different from Western guys, so probably maybe that's why Western women fall for them. And there's a stereotype in Europe that a lot of East European women, because their men are very abusive, they tend to go for Asian guys because they're very sweet towards them. I'm Wassim from Libya. Hello. Where's your husband from? Lahore. How do you maintain your body? I never see you post anything in the gym. I do go to the gym here and there, but stress. That's my workout. You're reading 2 old comments. I know, man. I'm just trying to catch up with everyone. I found Asians are closed-minded. Yeah. A lot of old school people, so Arabs, Asians, Middle Easterners. I think more around the Pakistan Gulf area. They still have a lot of Jahili culture, which I don't understand why. A lot of Gulf Arabs think that they're the chosen ones, because the Prophet comes from their lineage and they are in the Holy Lands or whatever it is, but they don't understand that the Prophets actually come to the most corrupt people of that time, which is the Gulf Arabs, because of their arrogance, and yet they're still arrogant. I love your accent. What accent do I have? Okay, well... Yeah, I still have a cough here and there, but no fever, no symptoms. It's just allergies and anxiety, and then I should come to foreign. Maybe some gory will like me too. Do it. Go ahead. Why not? But in the West, there is a stereotype about Asians in the East. So in the West, they prefer to go more with ethnic people from the West because they're sure that that person is not scamming them for the passport or whatever it is. So if you're from the East wanting to get to know someone from the West, it's going to be much harder for you. I'm not even going to lie. It's always the whole passport thing. Because there is a stereotype, unfortunately, of a lot of men from North Africa, from Pakistan, India, from Syria recently, stuff like that, that would want to marry a woman from the West so they get their green card. Or Lahori guys are good looking. What cuisine do you cook in your household? Anything. Like sometimes just regular food, like pastas and salmon and lasagnas, and you know, baked casseroles and stuff like that. I guess that's what you call ajnabi food or Western food. Sometimes I make Tunisian stuff like couscous or burik. I make some Pakistani dishes too, like I haven't tried biryani yet, but you know, the masalas and the kormas and the shan box stuff. Surprised you see yourself more as desi. Yeah, I've been that way since 15. How do you manage your anxiety? Turn off the news, turn off the TV, remove any movie that's like thriller or that's gonna make my heart beat fast and give me anxiety. I play meditation music, like yoga music. I try to do mindfulness, or I do Quran and pray for more of a spiritual, religious, soothing thing. And make a nice warm cup of chamomile tea to help soothe me. And I just try to relax. And the most important thing is deep breathing, because you're gonna be breathing like when you have an anxiety attack and you feel like you're not getting enough oxygen. By the way, a lot of corona cases are actually just anxiety. People go to the hospital and they find out there's nothing wrong with them. So I would say stop, lay back, and just try to do deep breaths into your stomach and out. Breathing is so important. If you start getting a migraine, you know, with the anxiety, turn the lights off, put some pressure, maybe a headband or something on around your head, and just try to relax. Your accent is awesome. What accent? What kind of accent? I'm really confused. And this is the first time someone's told me I have a Boston accent. Please tell Pakistanis to stay home. I did. Stay home, guys. Do you want to stay like on lockdown for God knows how long? People are actually suffering, going stir crazy. If we all just listen and stay put, and you don't need to have parties, you don't need to have dinner parties, you don't need to, you know, have family come over and leave. I know Desi families are huge and they like, you know, visiting each other and doing the barbecues and the dinner parties and stuff, but you guys can have self-control just for a little bit, you know? And there's people who are out in the world who are legitimately suffering. The refugees in the camps who can't even wash their kids, let alone their hands. Like, think about those and stop being a little selfish. I want to go out like crazy. And somewhere in my state, I'd be sitting outside, you know, staring at people walking around. I'm like, I want to throw eggs on all of you. Get back in your home so we can all go out and enjoy. Don't be selfish. I'm Indian staying in Australia, and I have met many Pakistani Muslims here who drink alcohol. Why? When you're new to the country, you're gonna find it different. But when you are raised around, or when you hang out with people who are born and raised in that country, you'll find that they're culturally more Western. So you as an immigrant, you'll find them like, oh my God, they've, you know, let go of their culture, their customs, look at what they're doing. But sometimes you can't really blame these people because that's the environments they grew up around, and maybe their parents were the ones who have not instilled, you know, the culture, or not have taken them to halaqas or whatever. So try not to judge, just try to coexist. You don't have to drink with them if you don't want to. You don't have to do the things that they do, but try not to judge and just understand that they are a completely different culture from you. Now, if these people are Pakistanis, immigrants as well, I don't know. I personally saw that the elites in Pakistan are basically atheists. They don't know their religion. They don't practice it. I've been to parties and saw people tatted up, alcohol bottles everywhere, and that wasn't it. But the thing that really shocked me is these elites are waving bags of cocaine, and I'm just like, oh, we're in Pakistan, what are you doing? Like, even people in Canada don't act like animals. Like, what are you doing waving cocaine in everyone's face? People hide that shit. People do it in the washrooms or whatever in Canada, and you're out here being proud of it. I'm sorry, like, I have such a strong discomfort with these things that I've seen, but yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Without makeup, yeah. Me without makeup.
Oh, I'm down. Make sure I revive.
Do you guys hear him screaming, I'm down? Does your hubby live in a city or a village back in Pakistan? They live in a city, in Lahore city. Lavender oil is well for anxiety. Yes, lavender is really good. If you have like one of those oil humidifiers, if you have the lavender sprays for your pillowcases, you can put it on your wrists as well. I have health anxiety related to my heart, but astonished to see how symptoms become real. Yep, anxiety is becoming real for a lot of people. And it's kind of crazy. Everything that I used to experience, people would call me mental or crazy for it. But now that people are actually experiencing the anxiety of uncertainty, they're going through the panic attacks and experiencing it for the first time in their lives. And now people are coming to me like, oh my God, AsoOmii, now I know what you've been through. Yeah, like we're really sorry about not understanding before. And I've been through it and it's not fun and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But it's good to also see that there's awareness for it, so we'll be able to help other people who suffer mental illnesses on the regular, like people who have constant and severe and chronic mental illnesses. There are people in the Muslim countries who drink as well. Yeah, a lot of Muslim countries, they do separate it and hide it. Like when I used to live in the Emirates, I heard that bars are only open in hotels and stuff like that, like it's not open on the street, whereas in Tunis is completely different. Tunis is like a country of coexistence where you would have women that wear niqab and they'd be fasting, and then men in the bars who are day drinking, like, and no one judges anyone and they just get along with each other. And yeah, please wish me, today's my birthday and I can't celebrate it because of lockdown. Oh, happy birthday! Inshallah you'll be able to celebrate after the lockdown or next year you have a big one with all your friends and family. My girl admires you a lot and she always said, promise me one day you will help me out to meet you. I always said yes, one day inshallah. Aw, tell her I said hello. And inshallah. One thing you most likely about mostly like about Pakistan. So being there was like an adventure. I hated being in the confined city because we were in defense and it was, I can't walk. It was beautiful, but I can't walk out alone because people stare, or I stood out like a sore thumb, and I'm not used to that. I felt like I was caged sometimes, so I would run away, get an Uber, and go to Old Lahore. In Old Lahore, I feel like I'm Aladdin in Aladdin, running around the streets and the markets and stuff. It was just magical. The Mughal Empire, the architecture, the sounds, the smells, the food, the people, the bazaar people selling things, the kids running around, the little child beggars, whatever it was magical. And the feeling of spirituality in the mosques, in the old buildings, the way that it hits your heart. And I'd be sitting on the back of a rickshaw with my legs waving in the air and, you know, looking at the little kids running and jumping on back of the trucks and the guy going on the motorcycle carrying his sheep. Yes, his sheep. Some guy on his donkey cart, yet some guy driving in a car. Like, it was tradition meets modern, old meets new. It was just, wow. To me, that was magic, and I don't think I will ever experience that feeling anywhere else. Turkey too. Yes, Turkey's like that as well with the drinking, the day drinking and the hijabis. Yeah. When you talk about anxiety, you seem so strong. My anxiety is bad, and I can't advise anyone on how to deal with it. Oh, because I used to have really bad anxiety. My first panic attack ever was 2013, the day that the doctor told me I had cancer, and I didn't say anything. And I kept it in my head, you know, I didn't say anything until I met my friends. And we were watching a movie, and someone in the movie said something about cancer and breathing. I thought I was dying. I was like crying and I blacked out. They had to pour water on me. Like, I'm trying not to tear up remembering it, but it's not fun. Yeah. Scary times. But alhamdulillah. Do you have siblings? I do. One brother and 2 half-brothers and a half-sister. I agree with you that elites in Pakistan might be drinking, but my Pakistan friends are not here yet. PR, and I try to tell them drinking and gambling is haram, and they said anything is halal. Your friends are crazy. I'm sorry. These are the same kind of people who would be cheating people, frauding people. Forget about drinking. That's their own personal sin. But doing things that actually harm other people, and then they turn around and be like, oh, is your meat halal? I'm like, bruv, are you halal? Like, I'm sorry. We all have friends like these. Sometimes you just gotta, like... Which city do you like in the earth? The best city? Istanbul. I love Turkey. I love Turkey. There's just something about Turkey, and I've traveled everywhere in Turkey, from the main city to the south where the beaches are, to the east-south of the Syrian border, to the center, to the mountains. Reassurance is a big comforter, but only if people around you know what's going on, but sadly most of them don't. No. A lot of people don't know how to reassure, and they don't understand that sometimes they just need to listen and hear what your concern is. What is it that's triggering you? What is it that's giving you anxiety? Sometimes people, they just don't want to deal with it. They're not educated on it. So they're just like, oh, she has a jinn. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's this. I just don't want to deal with it. And that's really sad if you don't have educated, supportive people around you who can just be there to be like, yeah, talk to me. I'm here for you. That's all that someone needs sometimes. Just to be like, oh, I'm not alone. There's someone out there who really actually cares about me and wants to listen to me. And that's why I tell people, do counseling. Because if you don't have someone in your life who's educated or emotionally intelligent, counselors are professionals who are there to kind of help you cope with it, and also be that third-party perspective, giving you a different outlook on how to deal with things. Did you and your husband meet in Canada? Yes. You really do look homeless. I know, right? Thanks. I'm not even taking it to heart. Like, I have given up. I'm like, anything goes during the quarantine. Anything goes. Like, you could come on live wearing your pajamas and a banana suit, whatever, and I'll be like, it's alright, homie, I feel you. We're in this together. From Riyadh, Saudi. Can you call? No, I'm not gonna call you. Testing. Hi. Ma'am, which country you belongs to? Canada. And hello from Brazil. Hello. Okay, guys, I've been on for quite a long time, so I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go make some tea. I need to jump in the shower. I feel so gross. Yeah. And I'm just, people are saying, I love how real you are. Oh, you guys are what I call family. You guys are like my family. And yeah. Oi, English bolti hai. Bolti hai. Yes, English bolti hai. Was it love at first sight? Pretty much. You're funny. I feel like we'd be friends if we met. Aw, thank you. Sometimes I'm funny. Any movie recommendations? I don't know, guys. Go on Netflix. Just check out. Sometimes I see the top 10 trending, and I'm like, well, what are other people interested in? Maybe I'll watch it too. Okay, I really have to go. Bye. Allah Hafiz. Bye-bye. And...